Hi guys. I hope you had a really good weekend. I know this is getting to you like a day late, but um, karmic cycles, right? It's been very like July and August. Kind of felt like I was in a dream there for a while. Like, is this really happening? I couldn't even believe that through the eclipse season, like we're talking beginning or like the middle of July all the way to Friday was the last eclipse that we had. Or Saturday, sorry, it was Saturday the 11th. This eclipse season was pretty rough. Like, every single time I turned around, something else was falling by the wayside and something new would pop up. It was happening so fast. I literally felt like, when am I going to wake up from this? Like, I don't, sometimes I was like, am I in a nightmare? Is this a dream? So many karmic cycles, so many projections, so many triggers and things ending and new stuff beginning and just right and left. It wasn't all bad, wasn't all good. All of it was definitely lesson time, a lot of stuff to learn, and harsh realities, really. A lot of harsh reality came into play. A lot of blessings in it too, though. I'm telling you, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of feel like I'm waking up from this like month-long karmic cycle and just kind of getting a reset. So this coming up week, we still have 9 planets in retrograde. Uranus is now in retrograde. That started on the 9th of August. That'll go through January. So right now, a lot of physical changes are happening. And when I say physical, I actually mean within yourself physical changes. Like I've been noticing even my skin is peeling, which is really, really odd. And my son was like, well, maybe it's because you're traveling so much and you're driving so much and holding onto the steering wheel. Could be. But I've had to do a lot of exfoliating on my hands lately. It's like I'm shedding my skin, right? Kind of like a snake sheds their skin as they grow. That's kind of what I feel like is happening. And also like physical, where your environment changes. Things are happening in relationships on the outside. You're noticing things in the 3D. And this is really where I've been noticing a lot of changes in my life. The 3D, people, relationships, physical locations, just all over the place, right? And that one big lesson in my life that I've been learning for literally 31 years has come back to the forefront, almost as if the universe is saying, this is that final time that you have to go through this. And we want to make sure you've cleared all of the negative energy from it and push through. Because as an 8-year-old child, I had to learn a very harsh lesson about abandonment. And 31 years later, it's cropping back up to the surface again. And it has over and over and over again in my entire life. But in July and the beginning of August here, and I feel like through the end of August, for me personally, I have this one big lesson of self-worth that the universe is like, this is that final push, that final purge that we need to get you through. And so it's been very, very interesting. And the people in my life that have triggered this or kind of showed this like worthiness or made me recognize that I am worth more than I allow myself to be worth. And that's in many different ways. Like sometimes, it's so programmed in me. We're talking like decades, like 3 decades of programming within me. It takes a really long time to heal that and to, because I've thought many times, oh yeah, I'm over that. Totally over that. I don't have to deal with that anymore. And then it rears its ugly head in a different way, like in another twist, in another trigger. And then I heal from it, and then it comes back around again another year later, or another 2 or 3 years. It's just like, and to me, because it's almost purged and it's almost gone. It's like this final push through. So I don't know if anybody else is dealing with that kind of, like that one thing in your life that you have tried, you've been healing from for decades, years, however long it's been. That is the one, and it really has a lot to do with my inner self-worth, but also my stability in life, and like where I am on the 3D plane and how I stay grounded. So, and in relationships and just the physical location, everything, what is it that matters most to me, and where am I finding that grounding and stability from? Because really, when you don't feel safe within, your environment shows that. And it's been, there are times where I feel extremely safe. Even as I'm traveling and like going city to city, I feel extremely safe within. But I could be in one spot for a long period of time and not feel safe at all, and feel like I'm not safe or secure in that spot. So it's been a very interesting journey, and I don't know if anybody else is dealing with that, so you'll have to let me know. But I wanted to share my personal experience of what all of these energies are doing for me, so you guys know that you're not alone. Like this is something that is happening to all of us, so we can shed our skin, and so we can be renewed and open ourselves up to the gifts that we have to give to other people and to receive from other people, as well as the universe. So keep that in mind. I'm going to do the Divine Feminine healing reading first, and then I'll do the Divine Masculine one in a separate video. I like separating them. That way everybody, like, you don't have this one long video to watch, and everybody can kind of get an idea of what side they're resonating with as well. Because sometimes I feel like lately I've really been resonating with my Divine Feminine side. Sometimes I feel like I'm relating with my Divine Masculine side. Sometimes I'm just polarized, and both readings resonate with me. So let's look into the healing energies of the Divine Feminine, what it is that we need to know for this week, the week of August 13th. Today is my youngest son's 5th birthday, so happy birthday to Jack. He's my baby, my last one of 3. So turning 5 is a big deal for my baby. And he is definitely a Leo. He's also an Aquarius rising and a Scorpio moon. So he's like so stubborn and fixed. That kid is going to revolutionize the world. Seriously, with his signs like this. He has so much Scorpio and Aquarius in his chart. That Leo energy, yes, he's got a lot of fire in him as well. But man, that Leo energy, yeah, he's going to be on the front lines of revolution, I feel like, that kid. So I do also want to say to make sure that you're meditating every day and getting in touch with yourself, getting in touch with your inner self, listening to that inner voice that is guiding you through everything, and make sure that you're grounding yourself every day as well, because sometimes we get really lost in the spiritual realm. And, then, I've been through phases where it's like, I can't stand this 3D world anymore, and I don't want to be in it, and it's really frustrating. And then I'll like hide away from everyone. And the way you can ground yourself is just go outside, put your feet on the dirt, really like breathe in the air, notice everything around you, the trees, the colors, even like go outside in the rain, or if it's cold where you are, go feel the cold. Just actually like feel the physical and ground yourself. And if you can't go outside barefoot because it's cold, it's always nice to just step outside and just breathe in the air and really get locked into the earth, because we're healing the earth with our vibrations too. And we have to remember that this isn't just a spiritual journey. We're healing the earth as well. Okay. Let's get 3 cards for the Divine Feminine for this week. Pull from the middle. That's interesting. All right. So we have Seek, which is the Hermit card. What was I just talking? And this person, you can see they're grounding into the earth. But this is also about getting in touch with your inner guidance and meditating. And not only being in the spiritual, but also being grounded in the 3D. And then we have joy and stability, which is the 4 of Wands. So a happy home, a happy environment. Again, feeling very grounded and safe and secure within your environment. And we have Master, which is the Devil card. So to me, this is like mastering your shadow side. And we talk about the shadow side, and people have asked me, like, what is the shadow? What is that? Well, the shadow side is the part that we don't really necessarily show people. The part that is like the darker side of us. All of those things, like, for example, my shadow side, sometimes because I am a Virgo, I can analyze myself so much that I end up telling myself lies. Like that because I didn't do something a certain way, I'm not worthy enough. Or, you know, just things like all of the negative, egotistical things that you tell yourself. And Saturn and Pluto still, because this does represent Capricorn, Saturn and Pluto still being in Capricorn retrograde, really is, it's been bringing up the shadow side of a lot of people. And this is, I want you to make sure that you're mastering those negative vibrations and negative energies that are out there, and recognizing the lies that you're telling yourself. And I've actually had friends say to me, that is, you are letting your ego tell you a lie right now. So if you need to have somebody like look you in the face and say, now listen, you know that's not a truth. You know that's very, very untrue. So why are you allowing yourself to say these, you know, and we've just come through a lot of very negative, low vibrational energy. And it was tough. It was very, very tough. These eclipses brought up a lot of, and you know, kind of like what I was talking about, a lot of karmic cycles that needed to end, a lot of low vibrational lies you've been telling yourself for years, and things that would trigger you over and over and over again to keep telling you these things. And now you're getting that chance to heal all of it. And I feel like in that hermit mode, in that, you know, in that very, you know, meditational mode, you can see where you are extremely stable. But it is about mastering that heart chakra, that heart space, and the solar plexus, and knowing that the lies that you've been telling yourself for a very long time just simply aren't true. And even if you have to have somebody look at you and say, listen, you're telling yourself a lie right now, do that. Do that, right? Okay, so Divine Feminine. We are going to meditate. We're going to find our grounding and our stability. And we're going to master our lower vibrations. Oof. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The Lovers. And why are we doing all of this? And the Three of Pentacles. Because we're readying ourselves for the new start. Because we know that the higher we can vibrate, the higher our vibration can be, the more the Divine Masculine's vibration will raise. And this reading is really for Divine Feminines in separation, in semi-separation, and in full union. So, you know, I know a lot of people want me to do separate readings for kind of like each category, and I probably will eventually. Like I have a girlfriend who I actually mentioned in the last Divine Feminine video. She and I are going to, or the last just a twin flame, whatever that energy video was. She and I are planning on doing like a whole different channel specifically for the Twin Flame Collective. So hopefully we'll be able to do separate things like that in more of like a counseling way. Stay tuned for that. I don't know when it's going to happen. We're just kind of in the planning stages right now. So, but it's going to be really cool. I'm excited for it. And it's probably why I just blabbered all over the place about it, because I'm super excited about it. So the Divine Feminine is getting ready to start building something. It's like, yeah, and and the star coming out is really the healing process of this rebuilding phase that we're going through. And it's all in the name of love. It's all in the name of the connection. There have been a lot of divine feminines that have recognized that either they needed to find their twin flame for them to be, for the twin to be a catalyst to them, and also for them, you know, kind of that catalyst for both of them. But they're living with a life partner or a long-term soulmate. And that's kind of one of those karmic cycles that we've had to think about. Not everybody's, that's just for a small group of people. So, and there are some that have been with a karmic soulmate on both sides, the divine masculine and the divine feminine, both have been with karmic soulmates. And now there's kind of this recognition that this relationship needs to be in the forefront. And like I said, there are a lot of physical changes happening. So as these physical changes happening and people are kind of breaking apart, there's this rebuilding that needs to happen, working together with the Three of Pentacles. And I do feel like that both the divine masculine and the divine feminine are working together in the healing process this week. And that could bring up a lot of triggers. So again, with the Devil card, a lot of triggers could come up within this healing. So again, make sure you're staying very grounded and make sure you're feeling safe within yourself, first and foremost. Right. We have the Five of Cups and we have the King of Swords. So some of us are in that recognition phase of having to rebuild and heal because of disappointments from the past. The divine feminine is feeling disappointed from the past because their divine masculine was cold, was calculating, was cutting, or just was not opening up at all. Even some who are not in full separation or in semi-separation, you could be feeling like your divine masculine is very cold, and that's something that is really, really upsetting. The thing is with the Five of Cups, I want you to remember that there are still two cups standing. So the Two of Cups is still there. If you keep dwelling on what he did or how he made you feel, this rebuilding is not going to be easy. This healing process is not going to be easy. So I feel like there's a need to recognize and see that everything is happening in divine timing. I know I say this all the time, and people are like, divine timing equals it's never going to happen, which is, it's not true. The thing with divine timing, and I know that's what it feels like, that it's like never going to happen. This, you know, I've been doing this for so long. Sorry, my hair is like really, really big today. I didn't realize when I did my curling wand how big it was going to be. The divine timing part, we're not in control of it. So it's going to feel like it's never going to happen. I always say you cannot force the wheel to turn. You can't force the wheel to turn any faster than it's already turning. What you can do is the work behind it so it continues to turn. Because you want to have that fortune and you want to have that favor. And sometimes this Wheel of Fortune can bring a tower moment. And then behind that is the fortune part. Sometimes this Wheel of Fortune can bring just blessing after blessing after blessing if you've been doing the work. The only reason why it would bring a tower moment where things would be unstable and come crumbling down is if you were continuously fighting against what the universe and your soul purpose was or is. And when we fight against what our soul purpose is, when we're not listening to that nudge within us to keep moving forward and keep pushing forward and helping ourselves grow and walk in our truth and live in our truth, that's when a tower moment can show up. So, and why am I talking about a tower moment? Because the Wheel of Fortune can happen in two different ways. And a lot of people think, well, all I've just been having is like really like bad luck and tower moment after tower moment after tower moment. And sometimes the reason why the tower moments are coming in, that is the fortunate part, is that tower moment is to clear out all of that negative energy or negative stuff that you kept putting yourself through. all of these karmic cycles, some people feel like they're tower moments because these cycles are coming to an end, and now the Wheel of Fortune can come in and bless you with things because everything that was unstable fell out. Yes, the tower's not out here. I think that the reason why I'm having to say this is because I want everybody to look at the Wheel of Fortune in twofold. Yes, it's all about blessings, but sometimes those blessings come in the disguise of having to clear your life out. And sometimes that's through a spiritual awakening process. If a lot of divine feminines are going through spiritual awakenings right now, yes, they are going to be very disappointed about the past. I feel like there's a lot of like the patriarch that the divine feminine is disappointed in, and she's really having to heal that in order for these blessings to come in. But those blessings may be in disguise, right? So let's see, the Lovers. I would be surprised. And the other reason why I'm kind of saying that is because we do have the Devil energy as kind of an overlying, you know, that very egotistical karmic energy, and the Wheel of Fortune, you know. So 10 of Pentacles on the Lovers. This is a promise. This is a promise that this relationship, this connection that you have with somebody is not going anywhere. Because a lot of us have been feeling with this disappointment down here with the 5 of Pentacles, a lot of us have been feeling like we've lost this. The 5 of Cups, sorry, did I say 5 of Pentacles? The 5 of Cups down here is that disappointment. That things are, you know, the disappointment of the coldness, of feeling like the divine masculine has pulled back and is cold and is not really opening themselves up. This is a promise. The 10 of Pentacles. This is also saying that the connection is still extremely stable and is there for the long term, the long run. And this can also deal with soulmates. It doesn't have to just be for the twin flame relationship. The connection is still stable because we have different connections. We have some, you know, some people are on a soulmate journey. Some people are on a twin flame journey. One is not better than the other. Sometimes I would say I would love to be on the soulmate journey than the twin flame journey. It's not all that's cracked up to be, but I love that I have a mission for humanity. That's my biggest, that's what keeps me holding on to the twin flame journey. If you're on a soulmate journey and you're not a twin flame in this lifetime, your love and connection with your soulmate is just as important as a twin flame connection because we're all here for one love. It has absolutely nothing to do with one being better than the other. We're all here in it together. So I want everybody to remember that as I do these readings, the twin flame, the reason why I do twin flame / soulmate is because it is both, they're both just as important. You know, there's one is not, it's not like I don't do exclusiveness. I want to include everybody. So just remember that if, you know, this is actually much more stable than you've been feeling like it was. It's still there. The love is still there. The connection is still there. And it's there for the long run. It's not going anywhere. So 3 of Pentacles, we've got the Hermit card again. And this is what I mean. There is a rebuilding aspect for the divine feminine this week. And she's really being asked to go within. The reason why Virgos represent the Hermit, or the Hermit represents Virgos, is because when we go into Hermit mode, it's to recalibrate. It's not to, you know, everybody's like, oh my God, Virgos overanalyze. When we overanalyze, we're asked to go into Hermit mode so we can recalibrate and rebalance. Because the overanalyzing part is our ego just talking to us like over and over and over again. When we get into Hermit mode, that's that self-love. That's that wise teacher mode. Because as much as some people don't really enjoy Virgos and the way that they are projected in the, you know, astrological, because a lot of people are like, oh my God, Virgos are so, you know, they act so perfect. And I mean, there's a lot of hate for Virgos out there. I don't even know why. I mean, we're all just healers, right? There really is. It's so weird how people just like dismiss, like dislike Virgos. It's so strange. And it's because we we're born to be Virgos and to teach and to heal. And we're also perfectionists on the outside. So it sometimes, if you are like unevolved in like the Virgo energy, unevolved or devolved, a devolved Virgo, it will come off as very egotistical and like high and mighty. So maybe that's why people kind of look at that. But I digress. Sorry, bring it back over here, right? Being on this journey really means searching for yourself. And that's what a hermit does. And so there's this rebuilding process happening this week with the Divine Feminine in search of herself. So let's see what the star is. The sun. See, more healing. And this is exactly what I'm saying with recalibrating. We have the sun on the star. It is still Leo season. It's really funny because I did my Vedic astrology, and I'm actually a Leo in so many ways, like in Hindu astrology. And I mean, it's like Leo, 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 Leo. I have so many planets in Leo in Hindu astrology. It's crazy. So that really makes a lot of sense to me because I'm so close to the Leo. I'm only like 7 days outside of Leo anyways. So I really pull that Leo energy in. But the healing aspect of the sun and the stars. And this is also saying that this is a destined connection. And I think the Divine Feminines, you know, with the star, I think the Divine Feminines need to remember, keep that in mind. You know, this is, the connection is destined. The 3D relationship may not happen. It may not come to a 3D formation. You guys may never come together in the physical in union, and that's okay. The whole point of soulmates, twin flames, karmic partners, divine partnerships is to heal yourself and learn to love yourself and grow within that. And know that it's just destined. It is a destined, this is your destiny to be following this path right now. I really like those two cards together. I got goosebumps as, you know, as the star came out, I got goosebumps because I feel like the Divine Feminine, you guys need to know that you are on a destined path right now. And a lot of you are destined to be healers and teachers on this path. We need more. I got goosebumps again. We need more of those. We need more of me out there, you know, like I know that that a lot of people resonate with me, and I know that there are a lot of other readers out there that people resonate with, and I love that. And I just feel like the more healers and teachers we have, the more we can wake up this earth, right? We can wake up humanity, bring it into a higher vibration. 5 of Cups. What is the disappointment? 2 of Swords. The disappointment is in the unknown. The disappointment is in the stalemate. Things aren't moving. And if you guys feel like things aren't moving because your Divine Masculine has pulled back, or life seems just a little stagnant right now, everything is in retrograde, guys. And it's there for you to recognize what it is that you've been holding on to that you need to release. So maybe this 5 of Cups isn't that terrible of an energy, because once you start releasing all of the things that disappoint you and all of the things that are triggering you and making you feel like you're lacking in self-worth or lacking in some way, this stalemate will go away. Because once you start to purge and you push all those feelings out of you, movement happens. Things really start to happen and really start to move forward. So let's see what's up with the King of Swords this week. If he's quiet, if he's kind of shut down, things are going on in his life, how are we dealing with that? Oh, well, this is why. He's planning. He's in planning stage. And he's not showing it in the 3D. The 3 of Wands on the King of Swords. The reason why he has shut himself down is because he wants more out of life. And he's not really sure how to get it or when it's going to show up. And that's none of your concern, how his journey goes. And I say this in my personal readings all the time. What you should be, this is what your divine masculine is going through. But what you should be concerned with is your journey and where you're headed and what you're going through. Because when it comes down to it, you don't want to be in a stalemate. And if he's in a stalemate, you don't want to be pulled into that energy. You cannot stop growing and going on your journey just because he's in planning stage, or just because he's dreaming about a better life or dreaming about things that he would rather have in his life. Maybe he's planning on opening up to you. The problem is with that is if you continuously sit here and think, I wonder when he's going to contact me. I wonder when he's going to call me. I wonder if. That's you in a stalemate. That's you questioning and being blindfolded to where you need to go. You need to make the decisions for yourself and no longer worry about, yes, I understand the 5 of Cups hurts. I'm not negating that emotion. That's painful. That's painful. But you don't want it to make you stay stuck because the Wheel of Fortune is coming. This could also be the divine feminine waiting for that divine masculine to show up. The 3 of Wands on the King of Swords, like he's been very cold, he's been very quiet. I'm waiting on him. Again, don't be in that stalemate. You can't sit and wait. You have too much work to do. You have too much work to do for humanity and in this world. You have too much work being a healer, being a teacher, right? Or finding what that soul purpose is for you to just sit around and wait. And why am I saying that? Because destiny is at hand. It's the universe is saying, I have blessings for you. I have things for you to do in this lifetime. Right? I don't want you to just sit and wait anymore. No more sitting, no more waiting. So the Wheel of Fortune, there's that card. See? Union is coming. The 3 of Cups to me, yes, it does talk about third-party situations, but to me, for me, the 3 of Cups is union. And why is it union? Because it's your energy, it's the divine feminine energy, it's the divine masculine energy, and you come together and you make a third energy, which is source, all that is, right? Some of you might be coming into union very, very soon. I've seen a lot of energy, active energy for October, like end of September, beginning of October, or even end of October, Scorpio season. There are several waves of unions that are happening. Some unions are like on a really long track of waiting and waiting and waiting. Some unions have been waiting for a very long time and it's coming pretty quickly. Not everybody is seeing it happen in the 3D right now. I just saw a lot of waves of union come in the spring of this year. So it was like right after that eclipse in the end of January and beginning of February. And then we have like another wave coming in at the end of September of unions that'll be happening. So the energy is very, very potent and I'm not saying that's going to happen for everybody. So please take what resonates. Don't let things trigger you and be like, I can't believe that you told me that I'm going to be in union in October and now I'm not. That's not everybody is going to be in union in October. Some have union next spring. I've seen that as well. I've also been told that by my guides that next spring is another activation portal for unions. So this is really saying that as you come out of your stalemate and you no longer sit and wait, no longer sit and wait for the divine masculine, because the connection is very strong and the union is coming. Right? And as we heal, things are destined to happen. And I do feel like a lot of people are waking up right now. And a lot of people are realizing their twin flames, or they're realizing who their divine partner is in this lifetime, or who their soulmate is in this lifetime. The biggest thing I want you guys to remember, always focus on your journey first. First and foremost, your journey is the most important. Okay? Because when we give way too much energy, or we give too much of ourselves into thinking about his journey and where he is and what's going on in his life, when we give too much of ourselves in that aspect, we end up stuck and not moving ourselves forward. Okay? A couple of things. I am going to be in Austin, Texas on Friday, 5 days. I'm so excited. There are still some tickets available for that. The link is below for the Eventbrite link. It'll be $10 more at the door. The tickets are only $45. We're going to hang out, talk about really listening to your inner voice, doing some meditations. And I mean, New York and Boston were amazing. So I'm really excited to see you guys in Austin, Texas. Also, I have in-person readings available in Austin. Those are on my website, fearlessintuition.net. Make sure you check those out. And I still have like 5 for this wave of Twin Flame Soulmate readings. I have like 5 left, I think, for personal readings. Those are on, you can find those on my website, and of course the FaceTime readings are available as well. I love you all so much. Have a wonderful week, and please take good care of yourselves. Bye.